it's Northstar Client is essentially like the community servers tab for TF2 in a sense, a bit more bare bones than that. If we look at the server browser, some of the first results we'll see are furry cumflation zone with the tag awoo. We have awesome infection server, bouncy house, Spartan. Pretty standard stuff, really. I'll probably try to jump in a few gun games, and if there's anything else accessible from like base Northstar, I'll do what I can to fill those servers. If anyone here plays Northstar a lot and you have recommendations, I welcome it. If you just have Titanfall 2 and not the launcher, I don't believe you'll be able to play these games just because of the way the infrastructure works. And I don't know how many people I have, so I might just... We'll see if I end up having to play existing games or if I can fill one. I think first I'll just join a pre-made. I wouldn't mind just jumping into a vanilla attrition since it's been a while since I played this, and I'm gonna need to remember how to move. Let me know if I need to change the audio. Okay, so how to slide, jump, crouch, slide, whatever it's called. You slide, hop, hop. Don't hold W, just S and D. Okay, that's all I needed to remember. So in Northstar, you probably won't be seeing me play with these mods, unfortunately, but there's some cool ones that can randomize your loadout. There are pretty bare-bones ones that will give you totally new Titans. Well, not totally new, but will sort of mix and match existing Titan abilities. And I think on the deeper end, some people have gotten a bit more custom content made, like a semblance of a new map. But for the most part, it's kind of just reskins, sound effects. And I think I'll mostly just be experiencing base Titanfall. Am I getting camped by a guy in the middle of the map? I didn't even know that was possible. Also, I can't... Okay. I thought it was randomizing my loadout. It just swapped to my anti-Titan weapon for some reason. For those thinking this looks hard, it kind of is. It's a... Titanfall 2 is a tough game. At least for, like, the average gamer. Certainly one like me that has not been playing FPS games in the last year. Yeah, I think I'm mostly just gonna be describing mods than actually using them. But there were Northstar mods that replace certain pilots with Saul Goodman. There was one that replaced the voice for the actual Northstar Titan with Gabriel from Ultra Kill. A lot of stuff like that. I know there's already, like, there's tons of hackers in the existing Titanfall 2. I don't think anyone here is hacking, but it kind of makes me wonder if it's easier to do hacks on the client. What's my ping? I don't... It's 50? Around 50? I think my issue is I'm getting shot in the back and I don't turn around fast enough to fight back. I'm just dead. My movement used to be good enough that even if I was getting shot, I could kind of strafe it. But I'm relearning the game. Thank you. I'm your buddy. You saved my life, so I'm now your pet. This guy. Philip is so good at this game. It's on Northstar, but unfortunately, Northstar is apparently janky as fuck. And I just gave up trying to get any interesting mods onto it. I don't know if that's because I'm using Viper, or if that's just because Northstar is always janky as fuck. So, I don't remember what the weapon I'm using is. I know using auto-fire, whatever they're called, automatic weapons is kind of baby mode in this game. All the cool players use softball launcher or Kraber or something, but I kind of need the training wheels on right now. Real baby mode is the shotgun, but I actually like the shotgun. It's fun. Turning the audio up just a tad. Ew, am I on Ion? Ew. No. It doesn't even... I can't remember any of the buttons to actually, like, throw turrets down. F? It's funny that I spent so much time really speaking this game's praises for its complexity, and I stopped playing it for a year and I just forget everything. See, I'm playing for points here. I gotta shoot stalkers. You know, I kind of get why this game failed. Revisiting it with a bit more of an open mind. Like, half of the fights you're in are nowhere near you. And your brain doesn't even totally parse that you're in a fight until you've either died or they've escaped. Northstar's more active than the base game. That's kind of sad, because it only said there were about 150 people playing when I booted up. So if that's more than the base game, then pour one out. Alright, I'm gonna change my loadout. I don't think my base stuff carries over, so... Let's see... I want to see if I am still capable of using the softball. Wait. Got clocked. But by capable, I mean I want to see if I can still actually kill with this. I do have everything unlocked, but that does not mean I can. I'm good at using everything. Whew. A mod I really want to try whenever I can figure out how to use it. There's a mod that makes Reapers a playable Titan. Like, you can actually jump in a Reaper. Which is these guys, these sort of mini Titans. Which I always thought would have been a good idea just for the base game, but for whatever reason, they never made mini Titans. I guess it wouldn't really be a Titan then. It would just be a large. Was he hitting the gritty? What? Reloading is your worst enemy in this game. You enter a fight reloading, you will not leave it. You will not exit the fight reloading, I assure you. Protect. Yeah, that's attrition. This was one of the base game modes. Neat. You got it, Ion. Okay, maybe you don't. They're getting away. Okay. I'm gonna hop over to maybe gun game or one of the actual modes. But first, I have to update my loadout. I need faster reload on everything. I didn't think about the fact you unlock everything. So there are some weapons that I never got to use certain stuff with. So I'll try to make quick loadouts here. Stupid gun game. What's stupid about it? That's a big gun. Oh my, is it the kind of gun game where you are given Titan weapons? What is this jackrabbit foster care I'm watching? How does anyone get a kill? I think movement is the only thing on my side right now. Like, I think I would have better luck just picking a choke and then... What? Okay. I would have better luck just blindly shooting one choke point. I don't know if it's a ping thing, because I'm too confident in my shots to be watching 0 damage get dealt. This is like a weird quirk with the gun. It's a B-hop server, and I'm clearly the one person not capable of B-hopping. At least not at full Eric cell. Hey, I cracked. I wasn't the last. I was only 2 under Zweek, which is an accomplishment to me. Even though I think they probably joined the game the last 2 minutes. I haven't played Get to the Orange Door in a while. New update? It just seemed like every time I'd played Get to the Orange Door, there wasn't... It was just like minor tweaks to the game without a lot of additions. Okay, I'll play one more from the start and see if it helps. What does the Eric cell thing actually mean in practice? Does it mean... Like, is there an actual tech to better b-hopping, or is it just jumping off the walls? Wall kicking. You can turn mega hard and get speed. Maybe that's why I'm not getting hits, because people are just doing 180s on their b-hop. I definitely feel it, but it also doesn't kick in how you expect it to. I feel like I'm driving stick. getting to max air excel. I gotta turn it to gear 3, gear 2, gear 4. And when you're doing all of that, how do you actually fight? Speeding down the road. You want a Titanfall surf map? People used to make custom gauntlets that were kind of akin to a surf map. But I think like most custom Titanfall 2 content, it's just not that intuitive or easy to get to set up to actually use. So it's more stuff you see in videos than it is you actually download and play. At least that's my experience. Also, holy shit. It must be a lag thing, because, like, the kill confirms 3 seconds after you're off my screen. It is West Coast and I'm East, but I figured that wouldn't really be a problem, because I still usually get 90 or so. But this feels like 130. And I can't check because I don't know, there's too many people in the scoreboard. Real funk. Hey. I'll do a proper announcement of this. So there's not really anything you need to do right now, but I am planning to let people know. I have like 10 of my little bomby head plushes lying around that I never did anything with, or rather I never gave away. And I think throughout the month of April, just every Tuesday stream, I'll just pick someone from chat and give away a plush bomb to. So if you didn't manage to get one when that ran, keep an eye out for the Tuesday stream. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to, like, sub. I mean, I would hope at the very least you follow me on Twitch, but other than that... $200? I do not have 200 of them. To be clear, I have, like, 10 of them. I'm not saying everyone in chat is going to get a look under your seat, there's a... I put a bomb under your seat, everybody! Look under it! Like, no, I'm gonna give away a few each week until I'm out. And I mean... when I do that, I do know some people did get the bomb, so I ask if you already got one, and you end up winning, consider letting someone else have it. But I'm not gonna police you. If you want 2 bombs that badly, then, just lie. Just say you don't have one. Okay, after this... I like gun game, but I want to try and find an East Coast one, because this is just rough. I've gotten more kills just shooting in the general direction of people than I have aiming. Like, oh yeah, someone's around there. I can actually use the ping to my advantage. Also, thank you for the primes and subs. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I kind of want to... I want to do, like, something for my, like, actual Twitch subs, but the thing is, I learned it's illegal. Like, it's completely federally illegal to do giveaways just to subscribers, because that's considered, like, a pay-to-entry, a pay-to-win kind of thing. So, I cannot do, like, a sub-only giveaway. And even if I did, I would do both, but that... My point is, that's not an option. So, I'll have to come up with something else. Since when? It's not like a new law. I think it's existed for a while. Smaller channels might do it without realizing it, because, like, no one has eyes on them. But I think I have to, listen, I have to fill out 1099s every year for my taxes. I'm at a point where I don't want to risk it. I think... Like, do I think that I'd get audited if I did that giveaway? No, but I don't want it. Do not want to piss off Uncle Sam. Yeah, it's, I don't want to keep complaining of, oh. Okay. Got fragged so hard, motherfucker sent me back to the main menu. Damn. Alright, if there's an East Coast gun game, I was having fun, I just didn't feel like I felt like I was a ghost on that server, like I was hardly even playing. Yeah, there's so many servers, but not that many people. Okay, I feel like I probably only have 5 or so people in my chat booted up, but I'm gonna join an East Coast gun game and see how many people I can get in. Ascendancy's gun game. US East Ascendancy's gun game. So if you want to play games, look up Ascendancy's gun game. So, how did you get here before I did? How low latency is my stream? That 3-second window of me speaking was enough. Respect. Oh, okay. We have a good amount. I was worried I'd only have like 3 or 4 people here. Also, hey, Sparky. Okay, yeah, this totally works out then. I want to see if there's a next map. Nope. Okay. Stuck on it. This is pure vanilla. It's a fucking claymation. This is literally what my videos look like in the first month of animating. Yeah, okay, but on the bright side, guys, my shots are registering way more. It's so funny. I couldn't tell until I saw somebody else. Okay, I'll find another server. This is funny enough. I wanted to play another life. The teabag looked so great. You know what's a shame? There is an actual teabag mode. There's like a mode where you only get a point if you teabag the person you killed. That was, I think, the thing I most wanted to actually play. You know, the crazy thing is it's still kind of playable. Like, it's blocky, but if you shoot the player, it actually registers. Oof. Okay, I don't think... Alright, we want to vote for a new server. I think the gimmick is tired. I'll go look for a new one. Fastball? US East, Mouse 9877, number 4, vanilla fastball. Just number 4, vanilla fastball. I don't know what fastball is, but I'm guessing it's softball launchers that shoot super fast.
Trust me. Trust these nuts, Jack.
That's a fast ball right there. It's a fast ball. I'm about to get my ass shot. Love you too, crispy brah. This is interesting. So it's... Oh. So instead of a capture point, it's just sort of a little computer you gotta hack. You know what? I should really be on Stim. For those dodges. When you say Winston.
Winston.
Or do you mean say Winston in BT's voice?
Winston.
I like this mode. I mean, I just like the softball in general, but...
Trust me, Winston. Sorry for hopping in.
Drop
in.
When's the last time y'all ate? I had a cauliflower white cheese pizza today. And it fucking slapped. It banged. And I ate it right after I worked out, so it was just extra primo. Whoever designed the human body, they knew what they were doing when they made it so, like, you're supposed to eat shortly after a workout. I thought you had to, like, work out and then wait 2 hours. I don't know why. When I first started working out, I was Googling, like, is it dangerous to eat right after working out? Is it, like, bad for your metabolism because you're overworking it? But what I've read is that you should do it, like, within 15 minutes of... or, like, after 15 minutes of finishing. Cheese pizza gets the same type of hate as vanilla ice cream. Yeah, people are wrong when they say vanilla's like doesn't count as a flavor because it's default. Anyone who says that has never like tasted the difference that vanilla extract makes on a dessert. I was eating a white cheese pizza with honey, with hot honey on it. So, admittedly, it wasn't all just cheese, but did the job. Did I hear Kraber only? I don't know, but I'm doing it. I'm going Kraber. I got Krabered. It's making you hungry. Isn't it? It's weird that I thought hot honey was just a thing. Like, it's just, yeah, there's honey and there's hot honey, but it's like a guy named Mike actually kind of invented hot honey. Or at least, he's the one that's... I think he's the one that made, like, honey on pizza an acceptable thing. Like, this guy named Mike just threw some chilies in his honey, and he went around in the streets saying, guys, you have to try it on pizza. And everyone called him a madman. And it's taken people time to adjust, but they're realizing that it's one of the best toppings ever. Like, you hear a lot of discussions about what's the best topping on a pizza, but you don't hear hot honey being contributed to the conversation enough. Is FUNKe okay? Emotionally okay, I'm okay. In terms of performance, well, I'm putting on the Mastiff, so you tell me. God, I miss using the stim. Just... it's like the perfect speed in an FPS game. It's the speed I wish I was always going in real life. Wow, we both suck. Peppa Piggy. You're no-shotting? How do you warm honey? How do you warm any food, ever? You say that like there's any different answer besides just like putting it on hot food. Oh, you mean literally hot honey. What? No, it's not like temperature hot. It's spicy. It's a little spicy. I thought you were asking like, how do you heat up honey? Ah, habaktuka. Kill thief. I should really adjust to the fact that you don't respawn. I'm playing real loosey-goosey, and it's not doing me favors. I'm putting on the L-Star. Because I like to put on a performance while I lose. I want everyone to see. Honey pepper sauce? I don't know if I've had that. If that's a thing. It's a cool mode, but it's a little... I don't know. 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 Like, you gotta really pay attention. It's hard to just sort of play this casually. Okay, so does, like... I don't know what condition makes you respawn, or if it's just a really long respawn. Have you ever had apples on pizza? No, I have had peaches. It was like a peach and some kind of sauce. I don't... a barbecue soy sauce or something. I think people underestimate the value of, like, a sugary, salty combo, which is what you get from peaches or pineapple. It's not for me, but I understand. Like anal. Hey, I did a little better with the L star. Would you have preferred a more PG metaphor? Because I don't have one. Dang. What's the weapon I'm the best at? What's something I can consistently stay alive with? Please don't say Spitfire. I could use a Volt. You know what? I kind of like the Cold War. It's not my best weapon, but I want to use it. The problem is some of these explosive weapons are... You usually use them in games where people in it don't know how to wall ride. Like in games with new players that are running around on the floor. It's a lot tougher when you're playing airborne enemies. It's good for wall runners. I guess for like grapplers it's a bit harder. Okay, so when you capture the panel you respawn everyone. I get it now. Is Spud Hunter. I did play... I played a few of the Dark and Darker playtests. I didn't play a whole lot of the last one. Like 3 or 4 hours. Do I think it'll inspire the next wave? I mean, it's already pretty inspired by... like Tarkov and whatever that genre of games is. Extraction shooters. It's not that different. I don't know. I do not expect to see spin-offs of Dark and Darker, of other people's takes on that genre. I don't expect other medieval extraction games. I mostly just hope Dark and Darker does well, number-wise. I would be surprised, though, if that started something. I welcome it if it does. Okay. Fine. Putting the Volt on. Thoughts on the reality you reside in? I think it's complex with many facets. And I overall would rate it positively. I think if I could rebalance reality in one way, I would just give everybody time stop. I would give everybody, like, a type of time stop where you can't interact with the world, but you can pause it if you need to think. So you can't be throwing knives at people or getting away with crimes, but if you just need 20 seconds to yourself to think. That's the one balance change I would do to reality. I would make sorcery and magic real. That's tempting too. But one, I didn't want to ask for too many Christmas gifts with my wish. And that's not rebalancing reality, that's unbalancing reality. I would add magic and spells, but only if it's like if it's like the spell book from Outward. I don't want easy access magic. I want magic, but it's sort of like learning a language. I guess that's what most magic is, but I want cryptic, difficult to learn magic. I don't want the bend your pinky at a certain angle to cast fireball magic. I would want magic to be something that is acquired by skill and not wealth. And I don't know how the hell... You could only really do that if it was a form of magic that, like, you can't make scrolls. Like, you can't imbue items with magic. It would only be magic from the soul, I guess. From the body. I think I'm just describing Avatar. I would make Avatar real. And I would be an earthbender. Specifically a lava bender. And then I would bend it into my mouth to taste it. And I would be able to taste it because I'm a lava bender. This is the third stream in a row I've talked about drinking lava. But it's purely in theoreticals this time. Meep. Trees are really nice in this game. I thought the extraction site was in like a bathroom for a second. I actually think it is. Earthbending is literally the one ability that can't be stopped because everything is made of earth. You'd be surprised. In The Legend of Korra, there's a story about an earthbender who got locked up in a prison, and the prison is on, like a ship. It's like on a wooden ship with a wooden, jail bars, because earthbenders cannot bend wood. At least not, it hasn't been confirmed. We know there are vine benders. But pure wood seems to be off the table. If we removed Weezer from the universe, would that be a fix to everything wrong ever, or would it upset the balance? I think if you removed Weezer, another Weezer would appear to fill out its place. And it would just have a slightly different name. Like Cheezer. And it would be even more incel-y of music. I feel like the universe would sort of karma balance even further into the direction. Imagine you like that your one wish is you wish Weezer never existed. You just wake up and now there's two bands called We and Zer. And it's the same thing, but they're just two bands now. It's like a genie's wish. You ask to remove Weezer, and then it just mitoses into two bands. And then you'd have another wish where you wish that we and Zerd didn't exist. And then it just splits up into more bands. And you eventually just end up with 6 bands. Each named W, E, E, Z, E, and R. I mean, let's be honest, their discography is long enough to fill out about 6 bands worth of music. Egg. Great name. Would you recommend Titanfall 2 to someone who sucks at movement 3D games? Do you suck and you want to not suck? Or do you suck and you're just hoping you don't suck so much that it prevents you from playing? Because if you just want to try it and hope it works, then I don't recommend it. But if you want to play a game that'll just sort of make you better at every other game, then yeah, I recommend it. I feel like Titanfall 2 is one of those games where if you break down all of the fundamentals of it, you can walk away being pretty good at most shooters. Maybe not tactical CSGO stuff, but COD, Halo, Apex. A lot of games you could understand better once you play something that is on, like, the far fringes of fast, like this. I know that's a little elitist to say, but it's true. I mean, I recommend Titanfall 2 to anybody. Anyone that wants to play this game. But that's with the caveat that I don't know how good the vanilla player base, like, how populated it is these days. And I don't know what your temperament's like. I feel like you need a pretty lax temperament to get past, like, the first hurdles of this game. If you're someone that gets pissed off when you die, you're not gonna make it past the first play session. FUNKe. Ooh, survived 2 EPGs. You should go buy a lottery ticket. Yes! Gunshot bride. We're all mad chill and have lots of sex, and that's why we like Titanfall. Couldn't have said it better myself.
I'll cover you. I'll cover you.
I will say well, there's probably a lot of girls that play this game. But they're all out of your league. That's the thing. That's the hard part. Wow. How embarrassing. Does someone have hover on? Wow. Cocky.
Hold your breath.
I'm gonna roleplay. Yeah, I'm just a grunt. I'm just a grunt. I have to take out the trash. It's a hard day's work, but you know it pays. This is what Northstar was made for. Alright, I got one more. All together now. Gotta clock out for the day. Fill out my paperwork. All trash has been cleaned up. Love, Justin. Now I have to... now I have to take the trolley home. I don't know where this joke is going. I thought I would find the punchline somewhere. Here's the punchline. He hates his job. I was gonna jump off them. I had the curtain called on me in the middle of that roleplay session. Wee. Fuck. You know when you throttle too hard in Mario Kart and you just have to watch everyone fly past you at the start of the game? That's kind of what's happening to me right now on these rollouts. A piece of tossed. Yeah, you certainly seem tossed. I won. Thank you, Dark Soul. 2426. And yeah, I will keep it up. I haven't decided yet, but I kind of want to learn Goo Engine for one of these videos, which is just Blender, but it has kind of extra nodes for shading. It's made for 3D anime stuff, but the way I use my models, it kind of is the same setup with shaders. The problem is it's a bit of an older version of Blender, so I would need to get my models sort of retroactively compatible with it. I think might not hurdle, but what I've sort of identified that I don't do a lot of like practice animation with like other stuff. Just like random character models or I don't know, test rigs. And I kind of want to see what the process of doing full 3D anime stuff is like, so I can do it more. I want to learn how to make my own Ruby. Is really where I'm going with this. I don't mean a show adjacent to Ruby. I mean I just want to make Ruby fanfiction animated. I definitely want to learn how to animate fight scenes. Someone made, I think it was like Goo Studios, the people who made that engine. Dillian Goo made an animation of like, they've made a few of, it was like Aang versus Korra with their full moveset of bending. But it was in 3D and they were cats for some reason. And it was actually really well animated. Like the type of fights that involves flying through the sky, tossing rocks and jumping off of mountains. That kind of really complex season finale stuff. And I would love to learn how to do stuff like that. Anyways, if you're into Avatar and anime fights, then look up that. It's Aang vs. Korra. But they're cats. I don't know what the name is. Have you tried making rigs in Blender for testing? I mean, I've made a few rigs for my own stuff, but not just for testing. I made the rig for Craig, only it's kind of bad, and I really need to, like, I need to do a Craig 2.0 at some point in the future, since I know a bit more now than I did then. I made Craig without a reference sheet. I drew a really basic turtle and then modeled it. But I've actually drawn the turtle enough now that if I modeled it from scratch, I would have, like, a drawing to go off of. A turnaround sheet. When did you decide to pursue YouTube full-time? Oh man, it's forever ago. Probably, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I started making kind of YouTube TF2 commentaries like 2014-15, and it was... I graduated in 2015, and my YouTube channel was really growing, and so I would say at the end of 2015 was where I identified it as something I could really pursue. It was probably like 2018 or 19 where I really felt like I was doing a full-time job and not just making money off a hobby. So, 7 years ago? 8? It's funny to think that on the YouTube side a lot has changed since then, but like on Twitch I'm really still doing the same stuff I used to. But that's because I enjoy it. No. The Last Cat Bender. There you go. Alright. I'll check for other game modes after this round. What I'm kind of excited for with my stuff, Pybun is doing an update to the rig for my Bommy, because they made the Bommy model that I use for videos was first made in like 2019. I didn't use it until 2021, but it was when Pybun was still kind of getting used to Blender, I think. Like, they had used it for TF2 stuff, but not a lot of just Blender rigs. And since then, they've done more stuff. So I'm getting... They offered to commission an update to it that adds pretty useful features. The term for one of them is a lattice, which is just around... If I want to, like, deform my Bommy model, I have to literally edit the model to stretch it to make the hand super flat, for example, or long. But if you add something called the lattice to a model, you can animate it being stretched. Sort of like, imagine you're pulling your cheek with your fingers to make your cheek puff out. To get that effect on the cheek, you would put a little controller on it called the lattice. Anyways, I'm getting Bommy covered in things that let me do smear frames. So I'm hoping in the future I'll get to do more exaggerated smear framey stuff with it. That was the simplest explanation I could think of. Just use a shape key. Oh yeah, that doesn't sound tedious at all. If you've ever played games like Guilty Gear, Fighter Z, I think they use lattices just to make their models look more 2D, because they morph it around to look a certain way from a certain angle. Another animator that is slow poly frame rate style that reminds me of you is Krugston. I know Krugston, not personally, but I watch that channel. I think Noah has some really cool stuff. If you're into the videos I do, you probably like Krugston stuff, although he's a bit more on like the story time-ish end. He's definitely way more avant-garde than story time animators, but like Krugston comes from a like evolutionary lineage of storytime animators. I come from an evolutionary lineage of video game commentators. We're on different branches of the same biological tree of content creator. We have overlaps, I guess. I get what you mean. Wow, I did good. Alright. I'll hop out. Look for another mode. Didn't I make a video on Guilty Gear and Fighter Z? I did, but I made that back before I knew as much as I do now about animation. So I don't think in that video I just said they deformed the model to make it look 2D, but I didn't really understand. I was just speaking, I was kind of regurgitating what I had read, because I didn't totally comprehend it myself. But I think what I was referring to in that video in better terminology is deforming the model with things like lattices. I'm sure there's other stuff too. Beta rebalance. No thoughts, only speed. I kind of like that description. Come back to that. I'm seeing if there's any more, like, modes, but it seems like... not really. I'm gonna join... oh wait, it's private. Never mind. Okay. I'm kind of curious about US East Awesome Infection server, no out of bounds. I think I did make that video before Strive. I think I made that video like a few months after Fighter Z had come out. Maybe a year or so. Oink. Raid. I mean, I guess technically. Get raided, nerd. Yeah, this was already a half-full server, so my stream will probably fill it up at least. So now we got a full game. I've seen it. Aww. What happened? Now they're gonna think it really was a raid. Did the server die? I think we accidentally crashed it. I didn't. Huh. I only thought like maybe 20 people would join it. That's awkward. I don't know if it'll go back up automatically. It looks like it is. I'll try rejoining. That's funny. I've had a lot of people jump into my stream, surprised that I stream. Admittedly, I kind of stopped. I was really inconsistent with it the last half of a year or so. A lot more than that. But if you don't know already, I am holding myself to actively streaming every Tuesday and Friday. And on top of that, if I start playing a game, I intend to finish it. I'm going to finish it. So I will be actively streaming for the foreseeable future. That may slow down in a month. Because in a month, one, I have to go out of town for a week. But two, I'll be a bit further with video progress. But I think I'll still stay with at least my Tuesdays and Friday streams. And then a couple extras, depending on what I'm playing. So yeah, if you didn't know, I do stream actively and somewhat consistently. It's not my main thing. Main thing's still YouTube, but I do this too. So this is infection mode. I'm guessing it's like any other infection mode. Orange dude's gotta get a kill until everyone is orange. It's like zombies. It's infection, Noah. It's not hide and seek. There was a Northstar mod that enables pinging. Just another one that I think would be cool if I could actually use it. Type quit smoking in console. It gives an effect in this server. Does it increase your lung capacity? I think it makes your stims last longer because you have bigger lungs. You guys should type that. I'm not going to because I like a challenge, but if you type quit smoking in console, it will actually give you a bonus. I actually wanted to be infected, so thanks. The more I hear about these Titanfall devs, the less I care. You say that like there are Titanfall devs. You realize they made the game and then they moved on to other stuff. Like there isn't a mythical janitor at Titanfall headquarters still updating it. I don't blame the devs for what happened to their game. You guys gotta keep in mind, like, imagine it's 2018, 2019. Titanfall 2 has been abandoned. Titanfall 1 didn't do that well on its own. What do? Are you gonna actually commit to this supposed Titanfall 3 that you've been asked to kick around? Or are you going to lean into Apex when you realize that general market loves a battle royale way more than they like a game that's too fast for most people to play? Did anyone actually... You actually typed it? Yeah, you should probably quit doing that. Then there were 2. I think a lot of people would like Titanfall, but you would have to really approach it differently to make it succeed. I think I don't know, it's hard. It's like trying to recommend someone part 7 of JoJo. Like, you have to read the first 6 to really appreciate it, or to totally get it, at least. Like, you can't really enjoy Titanfall until you played enough of it that you get it. Like, how do I recommend a first-person wall-running shooter to someone that only plays on controller? You just don't. I mean, you do, but there's an 80% drop rate after the first 3 hours. You know what Titanfall 2 is like? It's like that time Burger King introduced the... What was it? Like the 1/3? Someone's gonna have to help me out on this. So there's like the quarter pounder, right? And they came up with like a 1/3 pounder, but people didn't buy it because they thought it was less than a quarter. They're like, well, 3 is smaller than 4, so I'm just gonna get the quarter pounder. It's like a good product, but nobody understands it well enough to actually commit to it. Like, Titanfall 2 is good, but it came out and everyone just thought it was like generic sci-fi shooter. Like, well, why wouldn't I just play any of the other ones? It was real. I'm being told it was McDonald's, not Burger King, but it was real. Americans thought 1/3 was smaller than 1/4, and so that burger failed to sell. Hit him. No. You know what I want? That I will admit is something I don't think anyone else in the world want. It's not even that I want it, but I'm curious what it would be like. VR Titanfall, but you're sitting on the back of a pilot. Or on the back of a Titan, like on top of it. So you play the whole game just sort of sitting on this Titan that's walking around. It would probably be disgusting to play. Yeah, you're kind of rodeoing a Titan the whole time. Simulator. VR Titanfall, but you play as just a normal guy named Hank who doesn't have any pilot abilities, and he just has to live in a universe where Titans keep destroying his house. It's a house builder game where you have to keep rebuilding your house after Titans destroy it. I actually have played a few mecha games in VR, and it works not half bad. Vox Machina is kind of fun. But most of the VR Titan mecha games, they play a lot slower. You don't have the dashes, you don't fly around. They kind of just... Like, the mechs just sort of slide along the ground slowly. I think it works because since you're sitting in a cockpit, you don't quite feel as nauseous because you understand, like, your body's not moving like it is in real life. It's moving relative. So, a VR Titanfall, in complete theory, could work if done correctly. It would never happen. Like, they would never fund that. But were it to happen, I think it could be fun and playable. Now to clarify, if you ported Titanfall 2 to VR, I don't think it would work at all. That would be painful. But if you made a new game using the existing IP Titanfall, I think it would work. FUNKe, I managed to get a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship from only streaming TF2. I have one in life. You know, I'm so happy for you, I'm not gonna take it away by saying that I think Raid Shadow Legends, considering how much I see them, it's probably not a super high bar to clear, but I am happy for you. And you deserve to get that bag. It's like, I think it's something to be proud of, but I don't think it means you made it yet. You'll get there. I think I've gotten a raid email now or then, but I don't really do sponsorships. I would only ever do it if it were funny. Like, some of my friends just out of nowhere started taking sponsorships for sex toy companies. And it ends up actually making for really funny ad reads. Because in the middle of a gaming video, the last thing you expect to hear is adamandeve.com. No one watching these videos is having sex. I don't think Raid is desperate, I just think they probably have such a marketing budget that they can afford to kind of really spread their name anywhere they can. I was gonna make a seed joke there, but it's beneath me. I guess you could say I came to my senses. I like this map. Aw. I like that map. Glitch. I think someone made a version of Glitch that replaces it with Minecraft textures. But I could not get it working. Alright. How long? I started streaming at... what, 8? I'll do another, like, 15 minutes. I'll probably go play Metroid. So, 1 or 2 more games. Last Titan Standing. It's EU West. No. EU North, Last Titan Standing. Wait, I'm not EU. I just remembered. Kraber only, high Eric Cell, 3.5 HP, US East. Anyone want to play some Kraber only? On US East Karma Kraber 9K? I actually know what Red Shadow Maggots is, unfortunately. Oh no, 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 no. This is a grapple exclusive map. Whee. I do be fraggin'. I Scooby-Doo be fraggin'. Wow, that is high Eric Cell. Wait, haha, they just say you can go anywhere on the map. Later. I'm out of here. It's an open world game now. Is this enough to be considered an oasis? I'm going to defend the tree. I want any... You can play what you want, but I'm going to defend this tree. If you come up here, I'm going to shoot you in defense of the tree. I'm gonna play tower defense. Let's play tower defense. Everyone on my team come to the tree. And Orange, you have to try and get... You have to take control of the tree. This is just Battlefield. Yeah, the outlines aren't doing you much favors here. You can't just kill everyone at the tree. Someone on orange has to touch it. And we all have to be... Well, I don't know how viable it is to kill everyone. Someone on orange has to touch the tree. Well, fuck, they just touched the tree. Okay. You win. Still gonna fight for it, though. Oh, yeah. If you're scoped in for more than a second, you're doing it wrong. I wish I could, like, set the spawn point to up there. Because I would play the whole match. This is actually perfect because of the Eric cell. Like, you can go everywhere. I just love that no one's actually with the down in the rest of the map. Like, all of that is just a spawn room. Have I ever taken a sponsor? I don't think so. Like, I've done streams that were on behalf of a charity. But I wasn't sponsored to do that. I chose to. Got him. My goal is to be so good at 360ing, someone comes into my stream and just thinks, is this guy hacking? If I can do that, then I've accomplished something today. There is a mod that replaces the kill sound with the Call of Duty hit marker. Would you look at that? Someone said it. That means I can stop now. Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good at this game. I saw a screenshot of someone apparently. I think Eric Smith was playing Team Fortress 2. One of the people who made Team Fortress 2 was spotted in a pub, I suppose. And he was walking around equipping Valve's own frying pan. And if you don't know, Valve weapons and TF2 have their own stats. So Eric Smith, in this case, has a pan that gives him 400 extra health and crits for 10 seconds every time he gets a kill. So in Team Fortress 2, developers literally just have hacks on whenever they play. Which I think is in the spirit of the game. But it's also cool to see one of them was playing it recently. If I had to guess, they're getting ready for that summer update that they gotta put out in like a month. Probably doing some checks. Check this out. Yeah. Only dumb if it doesn't work. Ooh. I had my crosshair right on your junk, so consider yourself lucky. Thanks, Eth. I'm glad you like them. I know it took me a minute to respond to that. Alright, I'm gonna try and play it normally, but I am curious. Oh, it's a map that doesn't even have an out of bounds. Wait, it does. But it's not an interesting out of bounds. That probably was the map with the biggest out-of-bounds area, if I'm being honest. King of the hill. It's my tower, and I'm not gonna let anyone on. Oh. It was a trap. I wanted you to come up here. Ha ha ha! Mind games. This is like the most clay pigeon video game ever. Like, you see people flying and you just have to try and predict their arc. And buddy, I'm Elmer Fudd. I guess Elmer Fudd wasn't... he was a hunter. He didn't... wasn't really an accomplished marksman. Never mind. I've come full circle. I've went from hating campers that sit with a Kraber to being one. But it's in all Kraber mode, so I think it's sort of justified. Because everyone has counterplay. You can have it. Bro, how long does it last? I saw that whiff. Alright, new rule. You can only melee when you're on that tower. That tower is the boxing arena. Who wants to take me on? Pick a corner. Wow. Terrible sport. You're fighting. Took you so long to take the shot. Are you questioning your morals? Let's go. Oh, no 2v1. Split up. Okay, now we're even. Stage hazards. Grenades are allowed. They're legal. Oh, hey, it's a victory. Some of you do not respect the rules. When I say no guns up there, I also include no shooting up there. That place is off limits. Unless you have the cojones, unless you have the credibility To go up there with your fists yourself. I don't want you killing. I mean, you can, but there's no honor. You want to live an honorless lifestyle. I said no guns. One more. That's a victory. Victory Royale. Wow, I think I just face stabbed you. Donk, bonk. Yeah, this is with viewers. I'm under the assumption everyone here is a viewer. There might be randos, but it seems like I can fill a server. I love how the inclusion of Fighting Club has made the actual point value stagnate. Like, no one is winning now. No one's getting points because it takes so long to kill confirm. Alright, I'll do one more round. And I'm done. You're allowed to jump off the edge, but you can't grapple back on. If you fall off, you leave. You're out of the fight. See, this is the trick. You hide on the outside. I guess this is probably cheap. You gotta be inside. It would actually be fun if there was like a sumo mode in Northstar, like some kind of knock 'em out of the arena game. Like make a gun that just is essentially air blast that knocks enemies back, and then put everyone on an arena like this. Sumo rules. I play the hell out of that. I wonder if I could set that up. There are some tools for making like custom weapons and stuff, but I don't... Just, I mean... The fact that I'm not using a bunch of mods right now, it's... I feel like it'd be hard to configure. Stream's buffering. Dang. I think it's just such a fast game, it has trouble capturing all of it. I'll keep an eye on it. My stream end. Alright, back to gaming. Oh, I'm glad that missed. The creation of sumo rules was fun, but now there's no one actually just playing Kraber. You know what? We're like a point away from winning. That's fine. Good work. Kudos. Alright, I've been going for about 2 hours on this, so I think I'm gonna take my leave. Oh, Eden. Eden's a good map. Nah. I'm good. I need all the time I can to beat Metroid. Okay, that was fun. It was definitely sort of... I don't think the server choices were lacking, per se. There's clearly only like 5 or 6 really modes in Northstar and anything else, it would probably... What I think I'm gonna do, and I'm done with the Titanfall for the night. Thank you for anyone that joined out to game. I'm gonna take a little breather here and set up for Metroid Prime. What I'd like to do is, in the future, I'm gonna kick around Northstar on my end, see if I can get some more mods working, and if I get to a point where I can host my own server with other game modes, I will do that. It's definitely a little tricky too, so I don't have any promises right now. But it is fun, and it is populated, so you still want to play Titanfall 2. Northstar, an option.